Check out this clip from the Monday Money Tip Podcast.
One of these great ideas that I think will really help you and help them. So listen, graduating senior, whether it's high school or college, one of the things I would tell you is start investing with your very first paycheck. Start investing right now, first paycheck. Here's why. You will never miss those dollars. You just won't miss them. You made no money when you're in college or very little money. And so now you make a lot more than that. You will never miss it if it's extracted from your first paycheck. You just won't. Just like the tax dollars are dead money, man, that money you go to your retirement, it gets it out of your hands so that you're not having to think, should I invest this? It's just a decision you've already made, and I encourage you to automate it. You know, I made a lot of poor financial choices, but one of the great ones I made two great ones. One of them is I married Jen Sangle, who is my co-host, my lovely co-host today. The second one is that I chose to invest. I chose to max out my 401k. Now, Human Resources was very confused when I went to them and said, I want to max out my 401k. They were like, no one else does that. That is very confusing. Are you sure you want to do that? And I said, you know, I got great wisdom that I should do this. I'm going to do this. I know me. I spend all of my money. If I get this money going to a retirement account, I think I can trust myself to leave my hands off of it. And I was able to do that. And it was huge. And so you said yes, and I chose to invest, and it rhymes kind of. And so it's a big deal. So how much should you invest? Listen, college senior, listen, high school senior. The ideal first choice is to max it out. Well, ask them what percentage you're allowed to contribute, 13%, 17%, whatever it is, max it out. My second choice is to contribute 10% of your gross income. I always like to say it this way. If you want to retire well, contribute 10% of your income from your first working day to your retirement date. But if you want to retire wealthy, 15%. My third choice, you know, if you can't max it out and you just can't bring yourself to do 10%, which you should and you can, is to at least contribute enough to get the full company match if your company matches. Or if they do not match, $100 a month, whichever is greater. If you're familiar with our I was broke, now I'm not ladder, that's rung number 3 that we're talking about. So it's a great way to make sure that you start out life really well. What would you say about that, babe?
I would say definitely do it early, especially before if you don't have kids or even if you're not married, because you really don't need that money. And then if life hits you later, you can always back off of that, but at least you already have that money saved up. So really start early. And that's definitely the one thing. We made a lot of mistakes, but that's the one thing we did right. And you need time. So the more time you have to invest, the better. So start early.
It's called seed money. And farmers know this. They got to get a lot of seed in the ground early in the spring so they can have a great harvest later. The earlier you get that seed money in the ground, the sooner it will pay off for you. And you'll look back like we are right now because I'm 45 years young. That's what I'm going to say now. And you're younger than that. And so let me tell you something. It seemed like 45 was ages away, and here I am. And guess what? I thought retirement was ages away. It's closer.
It's coming
Man,
up.
it's unbelievable where our investments have grown. And I want you to experience that too.
For full episodes, subscribe to the I Was Broke, Now I'm Not YouTube channel.